It's Week 15 of the National Football League. Up next, we'll see Russell Wilson, as he's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Broncos and the Falcons on Sunday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Falcons in this matchup. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go to wrap up a great Sunday of football. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
First play, Wilson wants to throw it. And that's to the former Falcon, Austin Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far, brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 42. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Leading them out from Texas A&M at quarterback, Kellen Mond.
And when Kellen Mond left College Station, he held most of Texas A&M's passing records, total yards, passing yards, touchdowns, you name it. And then he went to the NFL draft in 2021 on the heels of being the 2021 Senior Bowl MVP, and the Vikings took him in the 3rd round that year. NFL arm strength at his best when he loosens up in the pocket and lets his talents flow.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 87 yards.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mond. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mond. He's got his man, London, right side.
Holding. Offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Connor up the middle. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Ready.
Here's Mond. That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Mond out of the shotgun. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
He's going to keep this again, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
On 2nd down, Compton. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Mond. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he get the 1st down.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 18. Now it's Wilson. Finds Dulcich out left side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down now, Compton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area. So no grounding call.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. And it's taken in at the 9. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A first carry for Tyler Algier. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Algier will try to pick it up. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. Dom Maggio sent on now to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. Just shy of the 30. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Wilson. He's got Hooper on the out route. Room here to run. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
On 2nd down, Compton. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Still 2nd down.
Let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The Falcons ready to take over. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now Patterson to start the drive. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mond. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. On the counter, it's Connor. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Mond going to throw it. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Third down from the gun, it's Mond. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mond looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's counter. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down. Back to throw again. He'll buy some time. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Eric Wilson charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will slide down with a good gain. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
And he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So the third drive's the charm. They are on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
Could just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's only able to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be able to possibility of a pass. That didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, right? A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
On 2nd and 10, Mond to Connor on the check down. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now Mond. He'll get that one complete to counter. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Mond. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Back to the air, Mond. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On 1st down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. Again, Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. He's going to have the first down and then some. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Ready?
First and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Okay.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Ready.
2nd down at 4. From the gun, a give to Connor. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now back to throw. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. He was true on his first. This and a tough one from 49 yards away. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
All right, gearing up for another drive here. Austin Hooper trots back out. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes to come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Now Wilson. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 27, Mond. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Mond. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From the 36, Wilson. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They'll run on 1st down. Compton. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Wilson to throw. Forced out to his left. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
That's a nice job there knowing what his options are. He's out of the pocket to his left. And I thought maybe think about running with this one, but he uses his vision instead. finds his man on the left sideline, and they convert on third down.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 29, Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Compton. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Second down and goal. Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal. Up the middle they go. Compton. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. His 9th rushing touchdown now on the year, number 10 overall. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Mond going to throw it. Over the middle, caught by London. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. It's a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So first and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 38. Now it's Wilson. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Now a give, right side. Compton. And he'll work down inside the 45. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
What?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Falcons grab it. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football,
and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. A time to see what this offense has left in the tank. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for them.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They're going to run. Here's Connor. And he lost the football. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ready up.
Mond to the air on 1st and 10. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this will be swung out here for Connor. And they're going to be set up there with the ball at the 15-yard line.
Had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Give to Algier from the shotgun. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he is into the end zone.
There we go. All right, the comeback begun.
Keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good move the ball well.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild-card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. On first down, Compton. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
All right, critical third down here.
They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On third down, Wilson. It's incomplete.
Nice. All right, so we have a chance.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock. Really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. So out come the Falcons now. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up and keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On second, here's Algier. And he flips up.
Nice. All right, we're marching along now.
4 yards rushing for him with just 6 carries to this point.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Patterson running between the tackles. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
And cycle. Strike. Ready?
Again, Patterson. Fights through, and now a crease. And he is out of bounds.
Wow. What a clutch play.
16, first down Falcons. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact from the next-gen stats.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They run behind center with Connor. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Falcons.
Touchdown! The speed merchant.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Coup now for the point after.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos
at their own 25-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Compton. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Wilson.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
7 catches.
All right, it's getting tough now here. They're within field goal range pretty well anyway. We need a big play.
Wilson to throw.
Big play we need. Get out of bounds. Nice. Thank God.
Here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder sure what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it will be 56 yards if they got nothing here on third down. Up the middle they go. Compton.
Nice. Good stuff. All right, timeout. I'm hoping he misses, man. This guy's got a leg on him, though.
As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
This guy has a leg. Let's see. That's going to be what? 55. We'll go with the block return. I think he's going to be short.
Is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute.
Oh, man, he missed it. All right, now we got a chance to set up coup for our game winner.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your right swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
Oh, yes. Perfect. Ridley coming up clutch.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This 2-minute drill, you got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Now we're well within field goal range here.
Ready. Ultra.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Call it a gain of 5 then.
All right, we set him up pretty good here, I think. 1 second. All right. All right, cool. You kicked 27 in a row. Can you make it 28?
Young Wei Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker. Now the Broncos are going to call the first.
I knew they're going to try to ice me here.
As the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines.
This makes it a lot tougher, especially on a long field goal, because the meter kind of disappears when you get to the accuracy level. But here we go. Good luck, Koo.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This will be from 53 for the win. This looks good.
No doubt about it. Another winner.
And the Falcons are going to win the game. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Atlanta, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.